Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Escape Art by Scott, and I'm going to do a quick little tutorial here on how to paint with acrylics. And this is going to be a more of a difficult painting. I'm going to get more into it a little bit, so it's going to be a little longer video. So let's get right to it, okay? And I'm going to get my palette and let's spray the canvas down. Just light, very light mist of water. And I'm going to get some color here. First I'm going to put in my sky, of course. And just come right up in here. And let's put those sky color in. That's it. Just bounce your brush here and there. Mainly here, sometimes there. Maybe just don't let it be one color, mix it up a little bit. Some areas dark, some areas don't have no paint at all. That's nice. Like here, and I'm gonna, that was sky blue. I'm gonna come back in here just a touch, just a touch of some phthalo blue. Maybe right up in here I want a little darker. A little bit more than that. Right up in here somewhere. However you want to do it. And just drop that old color in here. Don't fight with this at all. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to grab another brush here and working my way bottom up and just blend this out. Just a little more water to help me blend this. Just a little water. You don't want this thing to run, because it will run. Something like that. Let's come back in here with some more blue. Not too much blue right in here, maybe. Right in here. It's a good thing to do, is step back when you're doing this part of the painting, is to step back from your painting. And just look and just do some, just to get the brush strokes out. Come right up in here. Yeah, there we go. And that's all the sky I'm going to do for this particular painting. I might come back in here and do a little clouds for you, so I'll be right back. I just got me a little white paint on a brush, and however you want to put your clouds in, that'll be fine. Somewhere right around in here, maybe. And just blend that bottom cloud out, something like that. This is not going to be one of those really big cloudy scenes, so I'm not going to have too many clouds in my painting. I just want to show you how you can, do some clouds. And I think this might be all I want. I think that's all I'm going to have. Reason being is that what this painting is going to be is I have a mountain here, and right below the mountain has some trees and stuff. I'm going to have a big huge waterfall. Okay, and waterfall's going to come down here with the lake. Hopefully, that's plan anyway. I got my color mixed up for my mountain, and this time I normally paint mountains with snow in them. This time, all mountains don't have snow. Some of them are, just, kind of what do you call brown colored mountains, just rock mountains. So that's what I'm going to be painting. So I already got it on my palette here, and on my palette knife, got that little roll of paint right here. So you just come up here, kind of high up on top of this canvas up here. So, and you just come right here, however you want to shape your mountain, because this is your mountain, and it's your paint the way you want it. That. And guys, when you're doing your mountain, what I said, don't try not to have your peaks the same way. And I want this peak just a little bit higher. Something like that. Now we'll scrape off some of this excess paint. Like I said, this is going to be a rock mountain type without any snow on it. And that's all I'm going to do. It don't look like much, but once I put the highlights on all, it will be. So I'll be right back, and I'll be putting on the highlights. All right, I got my color mixed up. All I did, guys, was I did mix a little brown with some yellow ochre, a little blue, and a little black. You mix up your color however you want to do it. And don't mix it up where it's just one solid color. Leave it kind of marbly like, don't let it blend all into one color, okay? Because you take your knife and you go through it, and all those marks and different paints, different colors, it's now on your palette knife. And so now you can come up here, you just drop in some color. Right up there. Again, this mountain's kind of far back, so not a whole lot of detail, guys. You want to keep that, what do you call it, the illusion of distance, okay? I believe that's what they call it. And again, let your paint break. Very little pressure. The knife should not touch the canvas at all, just the paint. And if you do it right, you can actually feel the paint coming off of your brush, your palette knife rather. Very little. It's almost painting without paint. Very little. Now what you can do also, let's see, I'll get this little brush here. You can get a brush and just come up in here If you really want to push your mountain back, you come over here with your brush and slightly, lightly touch it. And come down. And that will kind of blend it. Don't overblend this now. I think that's all I'm going to do for that. For right now. Yeah, I might come back. Alright. Touch the mountain up just a little bit, but you got the idea. And now I'll come down here and put just a little bit of this mist, this little misty area, down right here below the mountain. And all you do is just scrubbing it in. Evidently the paint ain't dry good enough. I thought it was dry good enough, but it ain't. I'm picking up some color there. I'm going to go ahead and stop. And I just like to say, just a few more days, guys, and it's football. Can't wait. A little excited about that. I think, what is it, 10 days or so until the NFL kicks off. And real happy, excited about that. And of course, I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And also, I have to admit, I was born and raised in Michigan, so I'm also a Detroit Lions fan. Okay, I throw that out there. But just wanted to give a shout out to all the guys, waiting for football like I am. It's coming. It's here. It's still a little bit dry. Let me see if I can speed that up. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, done with my little cloud formation here. Now I'm going to come back with some light blue, and I'm going to make some distant trees in the background. Yes, if you look at very far out, that the trees have a bluish tint to them, and that's what I'm going to do here. And just come down. Make some hills, up and down, up and down. And here at the base, you can just smear it in, make it like a little lighted area. Then you can come back with some more. Same way. I would like to point out this here is that notice the way I got the canvas going straight up and down, what do you call it, vertical. Because the reason why I have that, guys, is that I wanted to have lots of layers here. The sky, the mountain, and these distant hills, and I'm going to work my way down, keep working my way down, so I'm going to have layer after layer after layer, which shows, distance into this painting. And that's why I have it going up and down. I'm going to get a little bit darker here. Because I'm getting closer. Still too far away. Still good ways away. So just be careful of this. Not too much paint. You You want just enough of what what you need. That comes with practice, guys. So don't try to hurry that up. The more painting you do, the better off you will be. And I'm going to continue on with this, and I'll be right back. I just wanted to show you how to do it. Alright. I'm continuing on here, but came across a point where I thought that you might need to know is that when I'm doing these, I'm holding the brush flat. Now I'm getting to where I'm getting a little closer. Now I'm going to hold, instead of flat, and I'm going to hold it vertical, going up and down, and I'm going to make some more distinct trees back here. And holding them up, holding the brush vertical like this, gives you that illusion. I just wanted to show you that. Now you know how to do it. I'll be right back. Now I'm going to get to the part where I'm going to put my waterfall in. So let's get some watercolor. I'm going to use some phthalo blue for this. And let's see here. Just anywhere, however you want to touch it. Hopefully I'll do this right. Just touch it and come straight down. About as far as you want to go. Make sure you don't go too far. And these little openings here, leave them. Don't fight with them just yet. And like I said, this is going to be a big old waterfall. That. Now I want to come back with a different color, some light blue. Just come right here, right where those areas, those whited areas. I said don't hit. Come back with your blue color here, your lighter color. The first color was phthalo blue. Now I'm putting on a sky blue color. Looking like a waterfall yet? It will. Now I got me some white here. And now this is where, very light, just like you do up here at the mountain. Let it break off. Now there's several ways you can do this here. But guys, you can do this with a brush, which is fine, however you want to do it. I just chose to do it with a palette knife this time. In this procedure here, don't cover up all of your blue that you put in here with this white. Let some of that blue show. I got a clean brush here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down with the brush now. Very light, guys. Ooh, very light. hardly touching it. Something like that. I think I'm good with the waterfall now. Let's come back up in here and let's touch this up a little bit. Let's start putting in some distant grass. Just come right back up here. Come in. I got some, this is just straight yellow ochre. And just come in and just drop it in. Making those distant grass areas probably one of the easiest things. It's just about as easy as putting in snow on the ground. I like it. Anybody can do this. You know, painting, I know you guys don't know me, most of you don't, but if you do, know me, I ain't gonna do anything that's hard. Believe that. Ask anybody that knows me. I try to make hard things easy. And you know what's wrong with that? Nothing. Something like that. I'm going to come back in here with some green now. I hope I'm not boring everybody with this, the way I paint, but it is the way I do things. I'm not too much, I'm not fake, I guess. The way I do it. I can't stand here and just be an idiot. On purpose. I know that's a way, I looked into it, I know that's a way of getting more views. Or just acting stupid, and and believe me, I'm plenty stupid now. Believe that. But I can't act more stupid than what I am. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And then you come all the way down here to right to the top of the waterfall if you want to. Nice little area right back here. Now we need to go ahead and start putting in some trees. Be right back. I'm going to use another flat brush here. I want to put in some trees. I already started here. And just going up and down. However you want to put these in. Many ways of doing it. Many ways of painting. You just got to figure out what's best for you. That's all I'm really doing, really. Just giving you an idea of how to paint. I think I'm going to go all the way across here, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'd like to point something out here too, what I just did. These roller trees right here, my first time I did it, it was a little bit too dark. Okay, my next trees, they were blending in because it was a dark color. My next row of trees, they were dark, but you couldn't see them because this right here was dark. So what I did was I come back with a lighter blue color, and I just went over it to lighten that up. Now, now when you put on your darker color, it will stand out because now these are a lighter color. You put on a darker color, it will stand out. That's what we're talking about is contrast. That's what that word means. Light against dark, dark against light. I had these trees too dark. When I put all the dark color on, nothing. You got nothing. Dark on dark is nothing. Light on light is nothing. You gotta have it alternating here. So I just wanted to point that out. Even the best of the best. I ain't the best at anything, okay? But anyway, So, you know, all of us make mistakes. The key thing is notice that it's a mistake, so you go back and change it. So what I did again, came back in here, put in some lighter color. Now I'm going to put in some darker color on top of here, make some trees. So I'll be right back. All right, my next row of trees here is going to be done with a little liner brush, a very thin little brush. See that? There. Look, right about there. There you go. Good shot. And you just come up here and make your little tree shapes. Come make your downward marks. Still too far in the background. You got to keep that in mind. Every now and then, make a very distinct tree. Meaning you make one line and then make your little marks going, you know, across to make your leaves of your tree. Because you know it's too small of an area to get a big brush in here. So that's why you want to do your little liner brush. Yes, it takes a lot of time to do it, but it will pay you dividends. Because like I say, you know, it's still way too far back here. Way too far for any detail. Details when I get down here. That's where it's going to be the detail. So I'm going to continue doing this here, and I'll be right back. Done with my trees right here. Now I want to come in and put some rocks into this waterfall. I think rocks and waterfall, it gives it a very nice little detail that I like. So now if you don't want rocks in your waterfall, don't put it. If you don't want a waterfall in your painting, don't put it. I think I want to put a big one right here. Something like that. And big one here. About another one right here. One right about here, right there in the middle. How about that? There. There we go. And that's all you do is make up your rock color however you want your color of your rocks to be, and put them on a brush, and just form your, form the rocks however you want it to go. And you can touch just a little bit of the white here. You can come back in there and put some highlights on it. Something like that. Oh, we got all this water coming down. Of course, there's going to be a whole lot of mist down here at the bottom of that big old waterfall. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and mist this right up here. Misting that right up. You can even come by and get just a little touch of blue. Let's mix that little blue in. because you know water also has those little shadow areas also. And just like that. And you can go back and forth on this all day long if you want. And that's all I'm going to do for this. Something like that. Now, I think what I'm going to do now, guys, let's put in some water here. Like I said, it's going to be a nice big, huge lake right here. So we're down to that part. And I got me some phthalo blue. Come right here where the waterfall is, touch it, and just come right straight down. Might want to mist that also. This little canvas, done got dry. Not too much. See how that is? See how that worked with that water on it? If I didn't have that water on it, man, whoo! I was here for 3 hours trying to put this blue in. Well, it's trying to drip on me here, but that's okay. I caught it. Now I'm going to put some other color in here. And I'm going to go into some black. Just a little black here and there. To me, you know, water looks black to me. Almost black. I will leave a little color in here. Now I want to come back here with some green. I have not cleaned my brush off. Just coming down here. Did I mention that this is the hardest part of this painting? Woo! And let's see what we got. Now I'm going to go horizontal with my strokes. Ooh, just a little. Just a little. Not much at all. This acrylic dries quick. And I want to work on this right here, and I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm going to start blocking in these areas right here. I got my water in, and now I'm about to start blocking in here. And all I'm using is some green and a little bit of blue. And just make some tree shapes here. And all I'm using, see the corner of that brush? That's all I'm using to make these shapes. All you want back here is just, just indication of some trees. And you can go back and forth with the color here. all I'm doing is put a little yellow ochre in this. Something like that. Let's do the same way over here. So way up here. And just keep working your way, using your brush, whatever brush you want. When you're doing this, fluctuate between the colors, green, a little darker green, maybe even add a little black to it if you want to, a little blue, and just go back and forth with your color here, and I'll be right back. Alright, I've done with my background trees right here. Came back in with, like I said, darker, lighter color, working with that contrast back and forth, light against dark, dark against light. Came in here with some lighter trees, and just play around with that a little bit, okay? And you get it. Now I'm going to put in some more little fog area right here. So what I'm going to do is just put in some white. This green is already dried, and I'm just going to put a nice little foggy area right in here. And just keep working it. Back on the other side over here, do the same thing. Really scrub that in there. And don't try to be so defined out of this right here. Just let it go. Because this fog, it goes everywhere, right? And that's the way you want it to look like. Something like that. Just a touch more over here. Yeah. What's one of my rules of painting? Little paint, you can always add more. You put on too much paint, you're just wasting paint, wasting time, which equals wasting money. Keep that in mind. I want to put some right back here also. Why not? Why not? It's our painting. We can do what we want, right? Blend it all in. There you go. That's good there. Alright guys, I'm back, and again, I did make a mistake again. I had to turn off the camera. I had to charge it up because my battery's about to run dead on my camera. So when I came back, I forgot to turn the doggone volume thing on my mic. So I didn't have no volume. From about here to the trees, I think, is when there was no volume. So I'll describe what I did. I just came in here with some green and a brush. And I just put in some, distant tree things. And what you do is that you use different shades of green, dark green, lighter green. I even came back in here and I put in a little bit of black right in here. And just to change up the tones in the tree, the colors, and all in the tree, your deep tree, your forest and all, they all have different, shades of color in it and all, so, that's what you do. But as the volume is on now, I double checked it, so it should be running, I hope. Because I think this is pretty good painting here, and I hope everything is good with it, I hope. But anyway, let's go. I want to start putting in some more close-up trees now, right in here. Block this area in. I told you this is more of a difficult painting that I'm doing here, so it's going to take more time. Right here, I'm going to start putting in some land, and just kind of just follow the angle right here. You want a big old hump, and put a hump in it. Something like that. Come back here, do the other side. See, I'm about to put some trees right here, and I like to have the trees sitting on top of some grassy areas, and that's what that's for. Alright, I'm going to start putting in some trees right through here, and I got a little mixture of some green and some blue and some black. And again, just make your little line. Come right here on the side and just go back and forth. All these techniques I'm showing you, I did not learn these overnight. I mean, I've been painting for 13 years now or so. And again, I still make mistakes. So don't get discouraged if your first, your time painting don't come out right. But just keep practicing at it, it'll come. And in a matter of no time, you can have a whole forest here in a matter of just minutes. So I'm going to cut off here. I'm going to finish this up, the trees, and I'll be right back. All right. Finish some of the trees here, and I'm going to put some grassy areas in here, but I'm putting some black color in here first, some black, blue, and some green, and because it's, the grass now is getting closer and closer. I mean, it's getting real close now, where you can see a little more closer you get, the more detail. And I'm just going to put this in, something like that. And I'm going to have me some trees right here. So I ain't too much worried about anything right here. But like I said, I'm going to have me some trees. And I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back, and we're going to go ahead and finish up this painting here. Today is a new day. Started this painting yesterday, and today I'm going to go ahead and finish it up. And as you can tell, I'm wearing a different color shirt, so that's why that is. So what we're going to do, how we're going to finish this up here, is that this waterfall, it looks a square, uh, shaped type waterfall, but we're going to fix that up now. We're going to put in some trees here to, cover up these little edges right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put some trees in now. I had to mix me up some paint. And I just mixed up some blue and black. And not very big trees, still a good ways back here, so don't make your trees that big. And we're just going to come down here, just sitting right about here. There'll be one here, just have a branch coming out here, or so. Something like that. Down here. However you want your tree to look. Let's come over here with another one. I guess what you need to avoid is making your trees look the same. Don't do that. Trees, they grow every which way. Something like that. Let's see, let's have something coming out right here. That'll be good. Now let's go ahead and put a few leaves on this tree here. Not many. Just a few. Don't want to cover up all this waterfall now. Just wanted to break up the edge here, the squareness of this waterfall. This is what this does. That's all I'm going to do for that. I might come back as my trees are drying. I'm going to go ahead and put some bushes in. This looks like a good place. Put a little bush or two. How many you want. Again, bushes are like trees. They grow every which way. Something like that. Let's go ahead and put bushes all the way across here. Have bushes there. Let's reflect some right into this water here. Again, I'm just using my mixture of my blue and black to make this. Something like that. It's still a little bit too wet up there. Then you can come get your brush here and just come down. Get that little mirror reflection very lightly. And we'll come back a little later, to put some color in. This is, I'm going to go ahead and stop here for a second. Again, yesterday I had a problem with the volume. I won't go into any details about that, but I'm sure that the volume working now. I'm hoping at the end of this video I'll go back. Hopefully the volume was on. I'm not for sure, but I'm hoping that it is. Let's see here. Alright, that's still drying up here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come right down here, and I'm going to put an island. Let's see, right here. An island right in the middle of this lake, or whatever this is. And of course, let's reflect some of this right into the water. Just pull down with your brush. And go over with that little shimmy shine to it. Something like that. Let's go over with some green. Put some highlights in this grass here. There it is. Had to put a little white. You're putting your color on, and it's not as bright as you want. Add a little white to it, and it'll pop right out. And again, reflect that color right into the water. Just pull straight down. That's important, guys, that you pull straight down. Don't go at an angle like that. Come straight down. Use the bottom of your canvas as a guide. That. Alright, got this grass done here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a nice big tree right here. Now this is going to be a bigger tree, so I'm using a bigger brush. So let's go right about here. The tree trunk. Something like that. And I'm going to set an arm here. I don't want to cover up too much of this waterfall. Right here. Another. Something right here. However you want your tree branches to go. Of course, my trunk, of course, when you come down, the trunk is going to be somewhat square. Just put a little wiggly line in it, and it'll rough up that bark, okay? And there's that. And let's go back here and let's put in this few leaves here. Again, paying attention not to cover up all that waterfall. And you might not want a tree in your painting. Which is perfectly fine to have this painting without a tree right here. But my plan was to put a tree here, and that's what I did. Okay, these trees up here should be good to go for me to paint on. I'm just going ahead and use this brush here. Let's see. Let's come right up here and put some leaves on. I don't know if you can see it or not. And that is the top part of that corner of that brush is the only thing touching. If you get it just right, you can make this, I don't know, so many leaves. Very easy. Let's come up here and get this one here. And I'll be back. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and these bushes I put here, they're dried now, so I can go ahead and put some color in that. And I want to talk for just a moment about color and paint. You know, you're coming along, you're painting, whatever painting you're doing, let's say you need a color, I don't know, let's say purple, okay, and you're looking around and you don't have purple. You might have purple. What you need is alizarin crimson and blue, much more crimson than blue. Mix it together, and that's how you get purple. Now we all know red and white makes pink, black and white makes gray, you know, and some people might not know that blue and yellow makes green. So, and another color you might need is a brown. And what you can do there is alizarin crimson and your green. Mix that together, and that makes a very nice brown. So just because you don't have that particular color of paint, if you got those two colors that I told you about, yes you do. You got your purple, you got your brown, okay? And you got your green. Your blue and yellow makes green. So, but you know, for this purpose, I just want to tell you that, but for this purpose, I already have my color purple and red, and I got me some yellow. So I'm going to come back here and paint these bushes. And again, just the corner of that brush. Yeah, that's a good shot there. And that's all you need. And just touch it. You don't want to dig in there and smoosh it around. You just touch it and come back off it. It'll leave all those little leaves in there. It'll leave all the leaves, okay? Let's do another one here. And that one has little white flowers on it. Nice. And, you know, mix your colors up with some white, you know, to bring it out. Let's come over here. Take this bush over here. And you got your color here, so you come down here, reflect that into the water. go. This one over here. And that's basically how you do your little bushes here. I'm going to continue on putting color in these bushes, and I'll be right back. Just make sure that you use the corner of the brush when you're doing those bushes. Alright, I'm done with my bushes up here. Now it's time to put some tree bark into this tree. And I mix me up some paint. Right onto this palette knife here. And there's many ways of putting tree bark on. I'm just doing it this way. Letting the canvas pull off what it wants, really. I ain't gonna fight with it. A little color in here, a little more yellow ochre. You see what we're doing. Here, just go back and forth with your tree color, however you want to, whatever you want to paint it. I think that's good enough for now. Alright guys, finish up my bushes here, as you can see. And I went ahead and put leaves in the tree here. I did want to bring out a point where when you're doing your trees, we're putting down your leaves on your trees, make sure that you cover up some of the limbs also. You know, too many times, you know, you see paintings and the leaves, they don't cover, they're all sticking out either to the left or to the right of the tree or on top. You don't hardly ever see, you know, any, you know, on the tree branches. And of course, you know, the leaves grow everywhere. So, you know, cover them some of the, you know, the tree branches and arms, however you want to say it, okay, with, you know, with your leaves. I'll come down here, of course, I painted into the tree trunk here. Now I'm going to put some of these color into these bushes right I have right here. They're still a little wet. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry right quick. And I might come back up here and touch up with the water. Alright, I'm going to put some, you know, little watery lines in this water here. So I'm using a flat brush and just putting a little bit of white on that. And just make your little watery lines. Just basically what you're doing, just skimming right across the water. And not no straight lines, okay? Just make let the brush bounce here and there. Something like that. I want to continue on this side over here. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Went ahead and put the color in to these little bushes, reflected them in the water. Just pull down with the brush, one across, When I put all the water lines in, and I think I'm going to call this one finished. This has been a journey, I'll tell you that. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. This is more of a difficult, I won't say difficult, but a little more into it painting, I guess. And I hope you got some do's and don'ts when you're painting. And I'm gonna go ahead and call this one finished. I might come back later and touch a few things up here and there, and but I'm gonna go ahead and leave this one alone. You got the gist of the painting. You know how to do it now, and that's the whole point of this, is to get the way I paint across how you can do it. It's not a bad looking painting, I don't think. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. And again, like I said, football is right around the corner, and I can't wait. I have my ice cold Mountain Dew and my bag of Doritos and a few pizza rolls. Doesn't get any better than that. I'm watching the Pittsburgh Steelers kicking some butt this year, and that's what I predict anyway. But I hope the video turned out all right. Like I said, my audio, I had an issue with that again. Maybe one day I'll get that straight. I'll go back and edit it, and that part where it doesn't have no audio, hopefully it did catch it. But if it didn't, I might, if it's not an important part, I might just go ahead and take that, delete that whole scene out. So again, when you're painting, do it your way, guys. If you don't want a waterfall, don't put one in. If you don't want this tree right here, again, don't put it in. If I didn't put a tree here, if you wanted a tree there, put a tree there. This is your painting, okay? And I like to leave you at this. I believe you need three things in order to, paint. Okay, you need to see it, which means that you need to either see it in a photograph, in a picture in a magazine. You need some type of reference to, of course, to paint. Have an idea to paint, what to paint. Now, how I paint is basically my thoughts, my imagination, my thoughts, and I put them on canvas. There's nowhere in the world this place here exists except up here in my head, which is kind of strange. What's in my head? But anyway, so you need to see it, okay? Then you need to believe it. Believe that you can paint it. Have your paints all laid out. Have an idea of what you're going to paint your clouds with, what brush, and have your own little technique. And how are you going to do this? What size of canvas? Is it going to be vertical? Is it going to be a horizontal? Is it going to be in the daytime, nighttime? Is it going to be a winter scene? Have a plan when you go in to paint whatever you're going to paint. Okay. Then the third thing, paint it. If you take care of those first two things, then the last thing, all you gotta do is just paint. And that's the easiest thing for me, is painting. Is what to paint is what's more difficult. Again, when I paint this painting here, it's strictly from my mind, my thoughts on canvas. I'm not looking at nothing. I'm not looking at a photograph anywhere in here in this building I'm painting in. And it's all what I want this painting to look like. And maybe that's why it takes me a little bit longer, or to put out the information that I need, because I'm not really looking at nothing for reference. I'm just going by what's in my mind and painting. So with that being said, until next time, guys, subscribe to my channel, pass it along, share it, okay, and I hope that you come back and see me, okay. You guys take care. Bye.